So let me show you my apartment after it's been lived in. This here is the front door. Put a dartboard up there. You got your kitchen over here. A little sink. A little induction stove. Got a little microwave down here. This kind of pulls out. And that's your fan. Not a lot of space though. It's pretty small. I decided to say that. Alright, so this is the hallway. Pretty normal. Over here is the garbage. Take a walk down here. Let's see the hallway. 207. Got a little window out there. Down here is the elevators. At the far end of the hall there's like a restaurant or something, not really sure what. Let me take a walk over here and take a look. I see I'm on the second floor, so it can get dirty over here. It can be noisier, but I just don't have to walk all the way up I don't have to wait for the elevator anymore. I took the second floor because of my e-bike and the problems I was having in Nanjing, getting it charged. Luckily, this place has a charging station, a garage, which you just park it down there and you plug it in for what, 200 kwai or something a month, and you get your bike charged. I used to have to bring it in the elevator and bring it up the stairwell up the elevator to my apartment and run an extension cord out, and I actually started doing that here before someone told me about the garage down below underground. Right across from the kitchen you got your bathroom, that's your sink, got your shower, and you get your washing machine down here. And one more thing, this place was actually pretty a mess when I first moved in. This typically happens in most Chinese apartments I rent, is that you have to spend a good portion of time cleaning them up, unless they're brand new. But even then, there's going to be dust and construction, sometimes debris all over the place that you got to clean up yourself. This one was particularly messy. I guess apparently there was a Chinese family living here before me. They were the last tenants, and they had a child even. So there's three people living in this little space, and the child had put stickers all over everything, and had to go around and clean all that up. And there was grease all over the stove, caked on grease. They had to go on there and clean all that out, make the place. To my standards, most Chinese people appreciate foreigners, or if you're a landlord, they look for foreigners because they typically, especially if they're like professionals or they're older foreigners, they particularly treat the properties, the real estate pretty well. They tend to clean it up and take care of it, whether it be through an IE or whether they do it themselves. That's been my experience, that landlords are pretty happy with foreigners as tenants. I am trying to move into maybe buying a property here for the first time, but I guess I'd have to find a city that I'm going to stay in for a while, and I don't know which city that will be at this point. Today I went for my driver's license. I actually failed the first attempt, so I got to go back and do it again. But it's a huge success for me just to figure it all out. It took me a day to figure out where the place was, because I was given a map that ran me somewhere where it was not located. I found it, they had to go in there and figure out the process. They had to get a lot of forms. To get your driver's license here, you got to get a lot of forms. And that, you know, that's a huge success for me, because I don't speak a lot of Mandarin, I don't speak a lot of Chinese, and but I figured it all out, and I actually got to sit down with the test. But I got to learn more about the point system here, and like in terms of like insurance and registration. I think I got nabbed on all those questions for the most part. Signs, there's certain signs here, and there's certain obscure sort of things like, well, if the two drivers have an accident and both agree to, you know, pay right then and there, do they need to take photos? You know, those kinds of things. I'm not too quite sure about, you know.
Notoriously hard, and what you're looking for is dead wood that's dry.
We got some plants here. This one I get down at the pet store. It's supposed to keep the mosquitoes out. This one here, kind of a funny story. It was had a romantic dinner with a woman I wanted to marry, and this was kind of the centerpiece plant. So when I came back to China this time, I bought one for that memory, for the sake of that memory. Got me a little cactus. Got an orange plant. Orange trees are a gift that I commonly give my friends here in China, or whenever I'm invited to somebody's house. I'll tend to bring the host an orange tree. You know, mostly Chinese people. I think it's an awesome gift. I would be so happy if somebody brought me an orange tree. And yeah, so I think it's a nice gesture. Here I finally bought one for myself. Got a little bamboo plant there. That's the newest addition. See, these are all my these are all the flashcards I've made, laminated, and for all my courses with the kids. And these are just kind of various toys and things I have purchased for the classes. You know, you have, my impression is like you have to do this. One of those bamboo poles that you'll see sort of the farmers with, and they'll carry stuff into town. There'll be a basket on the end here, and a basket on here. You know, I kind of refer to it as my backup business strategy. Here in China, I got my rice sifter. I got my Chinese hat. These sort of rattan weaved items are awesome here in China, and usually you can find somebody who will be driving around a cart. Will be driving around a cart full of these, you know, wicker and rattan and furniture and baskets and things, and they're like the balloon guy at the park to me. You know, they're like I always want to buy something from them, because the stuff they have is pretty cool. I bought a fan here, this really cool industrial fan, because I want to see kind of where the electric bill is going with this place. Kind of had a few situations with the landlord where I've asked for a bill concerning my electric, and they haven't really provided me with one yet. They just kind of sent me a bill and said, pay this now. And I said, send me the bill. And they said, I can't do that because blah, 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 blah. And I said, yeah, it sounds kind of sketchy to me. So I'm going to turn the AC off and run the fan for a while. And that pretty much guarantees you a soft bill come billing time. So we'll see what they come back with this time around. Got me my TV. Got me a printer. These are my classes over here. So I keep my classes for the week. And just various supplies. It's a small house. It's a small apartment. Smallest one I've lived in China. But this one's kind of being paid for by the school mostly. So, you know, I'm not going to complain. I got a house to pay for in America at the same time. And this is my apartment. I've been living here since February now of this year, so about about 5 months now, going on 5 months, and hasn't been too bad. You know, it hasn't been too bad. There's been a lot of improvements since the last place I lived in Nanjing. The neighbors in my hallway were just like, there was this one girl who was just, she was just nasty. You know, she had a dog, and I think she was a Shaosan for the most part. She was just this young kind of girl who always just kind of sat around and dressed up. But she had one of the little dogs, and you know, she wouldn't take it out. You know, she didn't have she was too lazy to take the dog out for a walk, so she let it crap and piss all over the hallway. And in that hallway, I had my welcome mats, and the dog would piss all over it, and I would tell her to stop and take her goddamn dog outside, and she would get all like, oh, I don't have to listen to a foreigner kind of crap. And so I hated that girl. I hated that girl, and I hated her little stupid dog. It's not the dog's fault. It's just the lazy owner who doesn't want to, like, shouldn't have a dog in the first place. But like I said, that was Nanjing. Here, I'm not having, you know, everybody's pretty cool. They take their dogs out, and there's no piss or poop in the halls. Though down in the lobby, a lot of times you'll see the dogs pissing on, you know, whatever pillar or whatever thing they can before they head outside. It's just as, you know, it's just as bad, you know. They shouldn't be allowing their dogs to piss all over everything. Changzhou, my impression so far is it's kind of it's dirtier, it's more working class, so it's a little more dirtier. If you go outside of town, there's just nothing but factories, and you can see what they're spewing out into the sky, and you can breathe it in. And I got real sick, got a chest infection for a couple weeks before I kind of took care of myself. I tried to exercise in the park down there, and it just didn't work out too good for my lungs. Changzhou's kind of in between, you know, like big money and scrimping and saving. I mean, if you just go down around the block here, there's just nothing but a big trash dump and recycling. So you always get the recyclers coming by, and just like tons of styrofoam on their carts, and tons of you know, just these massive loads of styrofoam or cardboard or something. And they're always heading down there to make whatever change they can, I guess. It's a little. So yeah, that was my weekend here. I'm gonna try and make more of these videos, maybe once a week or something, just to kind of keep myself occupied and give myself some kind of outlet, rather than the ones that are traditionally utilized. I really don't care much for hanging out in the bars or any of that. I mean, you know, it just doesn't interest me. I don't need to spend that money, and I don't need to get drunk, you know. So work on this, be creative. Yeah, why not? All right, talk to you soon. Bye.